to realize that as you stay here in the United Kingdom, there is one thing that you carry that you will never discard, and that is your national identity. It saddens us back home to read of stories of Zambians being caught up in misdeeds.
One person.
Yes, and that one person can spoil the identity of all of you. Some of you here in the UK are even scared to go and register with our High Commission. Why are you scared? I feel very saddened. I feel very saddened, my dear brothers and sisters, as the person who is responsible for foreign affairs. I feel saddened that in the crowd here, there are people who are saying we are not welcome at the High Commission, and yet they are here at the residence of the High Commission. Please, I beseech you, let us not use this platform to exercise our hypocrisy. I want to request you, please, wherever you know there is a Zambian, fish them out and tell them, be a proud Zambian. Go and register with the High Commission. Those of you who are asking questions, you asked His Excellency questions, what are you doing for us who want to come back to Zambia? The number one thing that we're doing is to encourage you to come back and bring your skills to come and develop your country. The researcher, the philosopher, you know for a fact that University of Zambia requires philosophers such as yourself. In case you have not been told, this government has already started working on improving the conditions of service for civil servants. The people in the medical fraternity, the people in the education fraternity. If you go to Zambia now, a lot of people in the health fraternity are saying we want to hop from the private sector to the public sector. So my dear brothers and sisters, please, let us not ask only what our country should do for us without saying what we're doing for our country. Thank you very much. Let me now hand over to my brother, Minister responsible for agriculture.
I will say it on his behalf. His name is given in Lubinda, MP for Kawata, also known as Mr. Zaire. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Emmanuel Tawana Chenda. I'm Member of Parliament for Bonamkuba constituency in Njola. I'm also the Minister of Agriculture and Livestock. I'm a Zambian. I'm Goba, the tribe. But I'm also the National Treasurer for investors in land. The implication given here is that you're looking for land in the urban areas. Please look for land in the rural areas. It's available for agricultural development. We are also developing a concept of farming block. This concept, the government is allocating 100,000 hectares of land. There will be one core investor, and around the core investor, and the co-venture, there will be small farms ranging from 1,000 to reducing to about 40 hectares, which will be available for allocation to investors. These investors include you Zambians in the diaspora. So please, if you are looking for land, come to Minister of Agriculture. Will facilitate so that you are able to get land to develop in agriculture. We are determined as a PF government to look at our manifesto to ensure that we are food secure and that we reduce poverty in the rural areas. And since you know that 80% of the people in the rural areas are involved in agriculture, we want to ensure that the government continues to support them so that we reduce this poverty, which is now ranging at very high percentage rates. So ladies and gentlemen, I'll give the microphone to His Worship the Mayor of the City of Kitwe. We'll go to the Minister of Mines, but we would like to assure you that as a country, we are determined to be food secure and to be sufficient, which we are exporting. Thank you very much.
Good evening, my fellow Zambians. I stand here as a very proud mayor of the second largest city in the country of Zambia, and that is Kitwe. I am also thankful to His Excellency the President of Zambia, Mr. H.E Sata, for having let me join him on this trip to the UK. Now, for me as mayor, this has all been about exposure, and I hope your work here in the diaspora is equally about exposure. And what I have seen here, I cannot wait to get on the next flight back home to go and put into Kitwe what I have seen here in the UK, and that is whatever I have seen that has been positive. So I look forward to seeing a lot of you back in Kitwe to come and help me build Kitwe, help us build Zambia. So indeed, ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to be amongst you because I feel home away from home, but I cannot wait to get back home. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Chris Yaluma, Member of Parliament for Malole constituency, a very remote constituency, from my colleague Mabini Ndola. It's very remote, and I'm the Minister in charge of Mines, Energy and Water Development. I have heard your concerns as regards to returning home. Now, I just want to remind you a little bit. In the Ministry of Mines, in the Ministry of Energy, we have a very ambitious program to ensure that we pick up our hydropower stations, to ensure that we open up new mines. Now, you invest in the mines. We are giving licenses right now to everybody who would like to become a miner. No, just 1 second. 1 second. I'm saying you've got an opportunity to join in this strike to look for new mines, to look for new power stations. If you come in, put your monies together and come into the country, I can assure you we are going to give you an opportunity to invest.
They say bird in hand is worth 15 in the bush. So, you are here. Why should I chase the Chinese? You left the gap for the Chinese. If you would have been in Zambia, there would have been no gap for the Chinese. That is one. Two, things are changing where you are. When I came to United Kingdom, I did not need to have a visa. I jumped on airplane like if I was going to Kaplimposh. And I arrived here, nobody harassed me. But today, you need to go and parade for a visa. That's how things are changing. And they ask you so many personal questions. The only people who can walk in here as they like is people like Dr. Matani. Because those are the only people the British want. Even if you're educated like Mr. Job, they don't need you. They have too many QCs here. So please, thank you very much. I expected all the questions which you have given us. Have you got a different question from others? But we came here for eating. Did we come here for questions?
Can you please, excuse me, Mr. Chief Waiter, can you please serve the food now? Mr. Chief Waiter, can you serve the food?
And those who want to ask me, they can come behind and ask if you will be allowed.
Thank you very much. The order of service shall be as follows.